looking forward to seeing some people here in just a bit. But, Jaren, it's time for us to have perhaps my favorite thing on the main stage.
Okay.
Because we're going to invite some amazing people that have done some amazing cosplays, run by a phenomenal pair of hosts. So I need you all to show some CGC love for the duo coming up to run our Cosplay Masquerade. Please give it up for Ryan and Steve, everyone.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Ryan. I'm from City Cosplay, and I am joined by my phenomenal co-host, Steve, everybody. CGC, how we doing out there tonight? That was pretty weak.
That was. There are way more people out there. I think we deserve another try.
One more try, one more try. Okay.
Come on, let me hear it. How you guys
CGC,
feeling?
How are we doing tonight?
Much more appropriate for what they're about to see.
What they are about to see, Steve, is some truly amazing cosplays. We have over 65 cosplayers here tonight to show you guys their passion, their creativity, and all the hard work they have put into it tonight. It's truly amazing.
65.
65.
I am going to learn how to count that high today.
It's a lot. It's multiple times on your hands, up to 10, and then multiple more times on your hands.
Can I do it? Do you guys have faith in me?
All right, let's watch Steve count all the way to 65. Rhett, I'm just joking.
No,
I'm just joking.
we'll do it in the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring out all of our contestants. We have a couple different categories. We have our kids category, which is 17 and under, and our adults, which are 18 and up. In the adults category, we have 3 categories.
We have 3. We have novice, the base level. We have, is it intermittent?
Intermediate.
Intermediate.
Yep.
Which is somewhere in between novice.
In the middle.
And then advanced.
Advanced. Advanced would be considered our top tier. But on top of that, we don't want to disgruntle any of our cosplayers for coming out and showing us their amazing passion. Truly, so much hard work. We know blood, sweat, tears, all of it goes into these costumes. So I only have one thing I ask of you guys in the audience. Just one thing. Everybody listen up. Everybody lean forward. Lean forward. Come on now, lean in. This is what we ask of you, the audience, is to please show the same amount of love to each and every one of our contestants. They put so much hard work into this. CGC, can you do that for us tonight?
Sounds like they can.
It's pretty good, pretty good. We're going to bring up our judges here in just a moment. We have 3 amazing judges that have spent the last 2 hours or so deliberating, talking to each and every one of our judges, or each and one of our contestants, and they have truly picked some amazing winners tonight. Steve, do you want to bring up our first judge?
Absolutely. First up, we have an amazing cosplayer, the Lexi the Geek.
Ooh, give it up for Lexi the Geek, ladies and gentlemen.
She is a procrastinating perfectionist, an award-winning cosplayer from the local Cleveland, Ohio area. She is a skilled seamstress who specializes in bedazzled creations, as you can see here, and recently won a Best in Show Group Craftsmanship Award at Colossalcon this year.
Let's give it up for Lexi the Geek, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next, a returning guest here at CGC. We have the one and only, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, and specializing in foam armor builds. Let's give it up for Paige Sickle Art, ladies and gentlemen. Paige Sickle is a multi-award-winning, pint-sized cosplayer who is always cold. One more time, let's give it up for Paige Sickle Art, ladies and gentlemen.
And finally, our third judge is Oddfell, an international cosplayer, streamer, and fantasy creator whose work is known and has been published worldwide. She proudly carries the tongue-in-cheek title of President of the Dead Wife Montage.
Whoa.
I need to know the history of that after the show.
Yeah, we'll ask that. But one more time, let's give it for Oddfell, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to go ahead and start bringing up our contestants. We're going to start with our kids and teens. These are our youngest cosplayers, 17 and under. Some of them might be cosplaying for the very first time. So going back out to you guys, we ask that you show each and every one of them the same amount of love that they deserve. Steve, are we ready?
I think we are. Are they ready?
All right.
Oh, they're ready. They're so ready.
They're dabbing backstage right now.
They're dabbing. They are. Knock that off.
They're dabbing, and they're doing Fortnite dances. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up first in our kids and teens category. Coming up first, ladies and gentlemen, we have Lily as Freeran and Daisy as Fern from Freeran and Fern Beyond Journey's End.
Next up, from Dandy's World, we have Irene and Emily as Astro and Dandy.
All right, coming up next, we have 3 coming up. We have Casey, Milo, and Olivia. They are dressed up as Steve, Garrett, and the chicken jockey from Minecraft.
Chicken jockey.
Let's give it up for Casey, Milo, and Olivia, everybody. Steve.
Next up, we have Gabe as Nor from Roblox Piggy.
Got it. All right, coming up next, we have Alex. Alex is dressed up as a stormtrooper from Star Wars.
Spending hours of day trying to save Zelda, we have Adam as Link from Tears of the Kingdom.
All right, guys. Coming up next from One Piece, we have Adeline as Tony Chopper. Stating that she wanted to do this one because the hat was super fun to make. One more time, let's give it up for Adeline, everybody.
All right, now get that soda pop ready because up next we have Mary as Jinu Saja from the Saja Boys from K-Pop Demon Hunters. Her favorite part is the patterns because they are so fun to draw.
All right, coming up next from One Piece, we have Aiden dressed up as Luffy, ladies and gentlemen.
Any fans of Demon Slayer out there? Because next up we have Jackson dressed as Doma. Want to pay special attention to the fact that they are walking out there with colored contacts in.
All right, we got another group coming up, a rather large group. They're here to save you from the Covenant. We have James, Tyler, Brendan, Robert, Reese, and Dante as Noble Team from Halo Reach. Right this way, gentlemen. Step forward, step forward. Right this way. One more time, let's give it up for Noble Team, ladies and gentlemen.
Up next, hopping over the garden wall, we have Kieran as the Beast from Over the Garden Wall.
Over the garden wall, that's right. All right, coming up next, safely making their way to the stage, we have Lucas as Yiga Link from Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Lucas for coming out and showing us his Yiga Link. All right, coming up next, from Cult of the Lamb. If you don't know what it is, you gotta check it out. We have Stella as Lambert coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Specifically wanting to call out in their description that they created their own doctrine by hand. One more time, let's give it up for Stella.
Coming up next, we have James as Blue Dude from Forsaken. He really likes the mouth on this piece because it lets him see.
Hitting a T-pose right there. You all saw that. All right, coming up next, making their way up on stage, we have Brennix as Deadpool. He likes to call out that Deadpool is his favorite because he is an anti-hero. One more time, let's give it up for Brennix, ladies and gentlemen.
Up next, the true meta in Marvel Rivals, we have Colton as Jeff the Land Shark. Oh no, the entire audience has to respawn now.
All right, everybody. Head back to spawn. Give it up one more time, guys, for Colston.
Up next, we have JD as Kasane Tetu from a virtual idol.
All right, coming up next, gonna show us his moves. We got Al dressed up as Ryu from Street Fighter.
Getting ready to slay those zombies, we have Hunk from Resident Evil.
Is he wearing a real gas mask?
I do believe so. Once again, that was Twisted as Hunk from Resident Evil.
All right, coming up next from the SCP Security Department, we have William as a Security Department guard, everybody.
All right, slaying their way onto the stage, we have Ariana as Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. Just as menacing as they are in the game.
Legit. I want y'all to know, we do this a lot, and we see cosplayers all the time. That one scares me every single time. Legit scares me. I don't like looking at them. They look great. So one more time, let's give it for Ariana, guys, as Pyramid Head. All right, coming up next, we have an original character. We have Ava as their original character, Star. This original character is based off of their favorite music albums. One more time, let's give it up for Ava.
He is in fact back. We have Alonzo as the Terminator from Terminator Genesis. It is their first time working with latex to create the burnt flesh around the eye. Let's give it up one more time for Alonzo. we have Finnick, Bane, and Malik as a trio from Half-Life. The HECU Marine, a Hazmat, and a Crabhead.
That's right.
Pay special attention for that last one or you might be next.
All right, so one more time. Finnick as a head crab. We have Bane as the HECU Marine. And we have Malik as the Hazmat character from Half-Life.
A trio of them is about to be a duo if they actually get ahead and exterminate the Crabhead.
I like it, I like it. All right, coming up next, we have Paxton. Paxton is dressed up as Marshmallow from Marshmallow.
Something tells me that kid has good taste in music. All the way from the Mushroom Kingdom, we have Harley as Peach from Super Mario.
Everybody together. Peaches, 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 peaches. One more time.
Peaches, 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 peaches. Ah! Oh, yeah! Oh!
Last but certainly not least, in our kids and teens category, let's bring up our final contestant. We have Lily. Lily is an original character known as the TV Girl. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our kids and teens contestants. Let's give all of them one huge round of applause for coming out, showing off their amazing cosplays, walking across this stage, and truly bringing their best here at Cleveland Gaming Classic 2025. We're gonna move now right into our adult contestants. In this category, we have 3 different ones: novice, intermediate, and advanced. We'll bring up our novice, intermediate, and then advanced. So, coming up first in novice, Steve, kick us off. Who's coming up first?
From Persona 4, he likes the chair. We have Kanji Tatsumi. Once again, that was Landon as Kanji Tatsumi from Persona 4.
Okay, I saw him earlier with the chair, and I was like, where did he get the chair? Because all the chairs here are like white, and I saw he had that one. That's truly some dedication. Let's give it up for Landon one more time. Coming up next, we have Jacenti, or known as Savage Jacenti 20, as Link from The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. They wanted to let you know the Master Sword was their first big experiment, and they're very proud of how it turned out. One more.
Coming up next, we have Thancred Walters from Final Fantasy XIV.
All right, everybody, this is Rick. He wants to tell you, he wants to make sure you guys know about this critically acclaimed MMORPG. So one more time, let's give it up for Rick.
Quick question, who's done their dailies today? No one.
All right, coming up next, from One Piece, let's give it up for Gabby. Gabby is dressed up as Perona. Specifically calling out that they love to see all their hard work pay off because they think they look so cute. One more time, let's give it up for Gabby.
Up next, we have Norman as the one and only background NPC number 264.
Whoa. I've never seen this cosplay before. He comes and he goes. Oh, there he is.
It might have been because he's just wearing different clothes sometimes.
That's right. Let's give it up one more time for Norman, ladies and gentlemen. All right, coming up next, we have Christian. Christian is dressed up as a Gambit from Marvel Comics X-Men. Stating that they love the sweet, sassy Cajun more than life himself, it's his favorite X-Men.
Next up, we have Vera Kay as Prom Rapunzel from Tangled, but with a twist. As you can tell, that wig glows just like the characters.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, up next, we have Ariana dressed up as Lamb from Cult of the Lamb, ladies and gentlemen. Again, you have to check out this series. Guys, they want to call out that they handmade both the cloak and the book. One more time, let's give it for Ariana.
Dueling their way onto the stage, we have Pulp Culture Choreography and Wetland Ninja as My Valentine and Joey Wheeler from Yu-Gi-Oh! The cards and the duel disc are bejeweled.
I think that's the first time those have ever been bejeweled in the entire world. Let's give it up one more time, guys, for them.
The real question is, are those still tournament legal then?
I would think so. I think you can bejewel things like that. Coming up next, we got Edward. Edward is dressed up as a Riku from Kingdom Hearts 2. All right, calling out that they think the Organization 13 fit looks the best.
Onto the stage next, we have Alex as Mr. Ant from Deltarune.
With the dance moves to prove it. All right, coming up next, you all know this one. This specific teacher has taught every single one of us. We have Dawn dressed up as Miss Frizzle, ladies and gentlemen. Stating she chose Miss Frizzle because it gives people joy. Let's give it up one more time for Dawn, ladies and gentlemen.
Seatbelts, everyone! Please let this be a normal field trip. With a Frizz? No way!
All right, all the way from the Federation, we have Liz dressed as a Tiana Vulcan High Priestess of IDIC, the Infinite Diversity in Infinite Combinations.
Okay, say that again real fast. Go.
Infinite Diversity in Infinite Combinations.
Woo! Let's give it up for Elizabeth, everybody. All right, coming up next, we have Jasmine from Cat's Meow Designs as Vados from Dragon Ball Super.
She's here. Who's watching her God of Destruction? All right, up next, we have Dr. Alexander, AVGN Indiana Jones.
That's right. The description here says, just bring in the nerd. Coming up next, we have Connor. Connor is coming out as Byleth from Fire Emblem. This character is known as the Ashen Demon. Connor wanted to bring him out and bring Byleth out from Fire Emblem. Let's give him one more big round of applause.
All right, up next, we have Brian as Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Or if you're really cultured, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh, you. Coming up next, we have a duo. We have Muriel and Raven. They are dressed up as Mizuku Date and Bibi Kurushana from Al, the Soninium Files. They want to state that everything is handmade, even the plush and the pipe. One more time, let's give it up for Muriel and Raven, everybody.
Coming up next, we have Soren as Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 6.
The description's the best. Read it off for me, Steve.
Description says, main character with dope catchphrases.
All right, coming out, we have Andy. Andy is dressed up as Sans from Undertale. Wanting everyone to know to just always dress for comfort. One more time, let's give it up for Andy. All All right, we got a duo coming out, ladies and gentlemen, from Helldivers. We have Gooey Gooey Cosplay coming out for Super Earth.
Are they going to complete their mission? Are they going to put that flag? There we go.
Safely off the catwalk. And safely down the stairs, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to see two announcers blow their, have their crazy blood pressure goes crazy? You watch people walk so close to the edge up here. Truly, it's frightening sometimes. Let's bring up our next person. We have Matthew as Wolverine.
With special guest appearances from the people trying to kill Wolverine.
We have Colston as Jeff the Land Shark and Brennix as Deadpool.
Up next, we have Azra cosplaying Teto, but she stole Miku's outfit, the Fiend!
Thief.
Kasane Teto, dressed as Hatsune Miku from Vocaloid.
Pretty good.
We got some Vocaloid on Vocaloid violence.
Coming up next, we have Pierce dressed up as Porco.
Porco
Rosso. It's a typo.
One of my favorite Ghibli movies, with a period-accurate hat.
Pretty good. All right. Coming up next, what do we got, Steve?
Up next, we have Al, dressed as Ken from Street Fighter. He likes to have fun with his son to celebrate their favorite characters together on stage, both of them having fake feet.
They both have fake feet.
How else are they going to kick you?
I can't stop looking at it. All right, coming up next, we have Vlad dressed up as the Yellow Rabbit from FNAF, ladies and gentlemen, or Five Nights at Freddy's.
All right. Here, after taking out the Marvel Universe, we have Deadpool. And if you're not careful, you're next. His specific favorite part of his cosplay is his Adventure Time watch.
It's pretty good. All right, coming up, just a few more to go, ladies and gentlemen. In our novice category, we have Jalen coming up as Scythe from Fighting. Specifically wanting to call out both the boots and her hat. It's her favorite part about the cosplay. One more time, let's give it up for Jalen.
We are now moving on to the intermediate section of the cosplay contest.
Before we do so, let's give all of our novice contestants a huge round of applause for coming out and sharing with us their amazing passion and cosplay creativity.
All right, our first intermediate, we have Bill as Bumblebee from Transformers. Their favorite part of this cosplay is that gun arm.
Also known as Wild Wonders Workshop, follow Bill online as his Bumblebee character is his favorite thing. Let's give it up for him one more time. Up next in our intermediate category, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one, the only, Peter as Captain Planet. Captain Planet, in his own words, is ready to party, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up one more time for Peter. Truly, Peter likes to party, and we do too. Finally, you can look at that person on your right, and you can say, you're doing a great job. Thank you. You're doing great. Look at the person on your left and say, thank you for always being great. Let's bring up our advanced categories, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up first, dressed up as Venture from Overwatch 2, we have Nerbswax, ladies and gentlemen. the favorite part of their costume is all the different mediums, from 3D modeling and printing to hand embroidery. One more time, let's give it up for Nerves Wax as Venture.
All right, up next we have Horror Child Cosplay as the last survivor from Fallout 4.
I think I've seen her around.
The armor and dress only took 8 days to make. From start to finish, she spent 64 hours on this cosplay. Everything on the cosplay was 100% made from scratch, including drafting the patterns.
Let's give it up for Horror Child Cosplay, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and our last contestant coming up. Let's make sure we show the same amount of love. Let's bring up Jax Riot as Edward Scissorhands. Truly needing a handler today. You cannot hand anything to Jax. I tried earlier.
Emphasis on the hand and handler. I got
Hand
it.
and
I got
handler.
the pun.
Ha ha. Let's give it up one more time for Jax Riot, ladies and gentlemen. That was good. That was good.
Likes me.
That was pretty good. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of all of our contestants. Before we announce the winners, we're going to take a quick intermission. But before we do that, Steve, I have just one thing I want to say. I want to say thank you to you. You were truly an amazing co-host.
I couldn't have done it without you, Ryan.
I know, but still, I think you were one of the best co-hosts I've ever had here, ladies and gentlemen.
Aren't I one of the only co-hosts you've ever had?
You are. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one big round of applause to all of our contestants for coming out. To the moms and the dads and the grandmas and to everybody that helped this amazing community, thank you to you. We will be back in 5 minutes to announce the winners, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
So keep those seats warm.
A few minutes later.
What is up, CGC? And then back the other way, CGC.
God, I haven't seen them in so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, this side of the room. Now that side of the room.
They win.
They win. They win. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the winners right here in Steve's hand from your 2025 Cleveland Gaming Classic Costume Contest. Do you want to hear the winners tonight?
Sounds like they do.
That's
I
pretty
think
good.
they do. Unfortunately, these are in my hand, which means they're mine. You don't get them.
All right, everybody, thanks for coming out tonight. We'll see. No, just joking.
All right.
We're going to bring up our judges first. We're going to announce our judges' choices.
Okay, all right. Our judges, we have Lexi, we have Oddfell, we have Pagesicle.
Let's give them a huge round of applause.
They did so much work today.
Legit. So much work. What we're going to do is we're going to start with our judges' choices. We will announce all of them. The judges will talk about them as they come up. Then we will move up through kids, third, second, first, then into novice, runner-up and first, intermediate, runner-up and first, advanced, runner-up and first, the Cosplay Positivity Award, and then our best in show. Let's go ahead and bring out our judges' choices. Steve, do you want to announce the first one?
I do. First up, we have Lexi the Geeks Judges' Choice Award, and she is giving it to Tony Chopper. Lexi, why is she getting a Judge's Choice?
So, I just adore Tony Chopper. He's actually my absolute favorite One Piece character. And the effort that she put into the hat, pink is also my favorite color, by the way. The hat is so cute, and I love the fur coat. That was such an awesome touch to emulate Tony Chopper's fur. So that was just fabulous. You did wonderful. First.
All right, we'll have her wait right here off stage. All right, we're going to bring up next the judge's choice for Pagesicle, ladies and gentlemen. This one really hits close to home. Like I said before, we were all taught and raised by this person. Let's give it up for Dawn as Miss Frizzle.
So I met Dawn last year, and she had no idea about cosplay at all. So going from last year to this year to entering her first costume contest, I just think it's such an amazing story. So I wanted to call that out, and you look great. I mean, Miss Frizzle, it's our childhood, right?
All right, we're gonna bring up our last judge's choice, and then we can do. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna bring up our next judge's choice. This judge's choice is for Oddfell. I'll have Oddfell step forward. This one is a duo, safely making the way up to the stage. Let's give it up to our Hell Divers, ladies and gentlemen.
Not only was their armor work super clean, but so was their sewing work, and it's just incredible. So let's spread some democracy.
For Super Earth.
For Super Earth!
Everybody, for Super Earth! Are you guys ready to hear the winners of the Kids and Teens Costume Contest for 2025? That was weak. Are you guys ready to hear the winners? All right, coming up in third place, let's give it up for Stella as Lambert. All right, in second place for our Kids and Teens Costume Contest, we have Gabe as a Roblox Piggy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for your second place winner, ladies and gentlemen. All right, right this way, Gabe. We're gonna bring up now our first place winners in the Kids and Teens Costume Contest. You'll see I'm holding multiple ones of these because we want to bring up the one and only Noble Team 6, ladies and gentlemen.
So one thing that we really wanted to highlight for this win is all 6 of these were made by one of these kiddos, and he did a fantastic job. So let's give them a hand.
All right, now we're gonna move into our adult category. We're gonna start with our novices and work our way up. In each of these categories, we have 2 winners, a runner-up and a first place. Starting with our novices, Steve, kick us off.
We have, from Dragon Ball Super, Vados as our runner-up.
All right, coming up next, first place in your novice category. We have Vlad as the Yellow Rabbit from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Careful,
right.
careful, Ryan. Careful, don't get too
I
close.
don't like looking at this one either. They're beautiful but scary at the same time. Let's give it up one more time for Vlad, ladies and gentlemen.
That's how you know it's good. You're scared.
Truly, I don't like it. It's really scary. All right, let's give it up for our novice contestant winners, ladies and gentlemen. Moving now into our intermediates.
All
we
right.
will have a runner-up and then our first place.
Here to save the world from pollution, we have Captain Planet as the runner-up winner.
Yeah, he likes to party, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. That's amazing. All right. In first place in the intermediate categories, ladies and gentlemen, we have Wild Wonders Workshop as Bumblebee. All right. You got a hand? Oh, you do have. Boom. One more time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get up your intermediate winners. Away.
Sorry, I got distracted looking at the Bumblebee.
Watching them go down the stairs is so much fun.
All right, the runner-up for the advanced, we have Jax Riot.
Edward Scissorhands. All right.
Do we feel safe?
I'm going to hand this to the Pokemon fisherman for. Oh, wait.
Can you do it? Oh my God.
Boom, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Jax Riot.
So dexterous.
Job. Let's bring up our first place. We have Horror Child Cosplay. Coming on up as the lone survivor from Fallout. I like that one. I like that Fallout one. I'm a little biased on the Fallout one. I didn't choose these, but I'm a little biased of Fallout. Let's give it up.
I just got the...
Yeah, I'm from yeah. Good job, Steve. Guys, let's give it up for our advanced winners, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, all right, so I'll let you take it.
Yeah, this next one is one of my favorite ones to give out. It is called the Cosplay Positivity Award. It is specifically chosen by members of Rubber City Cosplay to highlight a contestant that was a beacon of light throughout the entire contest. This isn't to degrade their costume or to say we didn't like it, but it's to say that throughout all of it, they had a smile on their face and they brought happiness to others as well as themselves. So, personally, I want to bring up this person who was amazing throughout the entire contest, sign-ups, lineups, the whole thing. Let's give it up for Liz from the Federation. All right, we'll get Liz up here one time, but let's give it up for Liz as the winner of our Rubber City Cosplay Positivity Award. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna bring up our Best in Show winner here for Cleveland Gaming Classic 2025. Then we're gonna try to bring everyone back up for one big group photo, shoot off the cannons, not pee our pants, blah, blah, blah. We all know it. We wanna highlight this person as the Best in Show who truly took so much of the character and brought them to life. Not only were we very impressed, but our judges were very impressed. And we think this next person clearly wins for the Best in Show. So before we announce, I need a drum roll, please, from the crowd. We start out slow and we build up. We build up. Over here, the contestants, we build up. All right, Best in Show for Cleveland Gaming Classic 2025 is Nerbswax as Venture from Overwatch.
The fabric was patterned by them, as well as the 3D modeling, as well as the foam patterns, as well as the embroidery. It's incredible. Look at the wig work, just everything being from the ground up on this build, even the lights. Incredible.
We could not help but be majorly impressed by your entire build. Congratulations.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna do a countdown, but before we do that, let's give a huge round of applause to the winners of Cleveland Gaming Classic 2025 Cosplay Contest. All right, here we go for the confetti cannons. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's because I did it.
3, 2, 1. Now I look silly. Okay, listen, they're really gonna happen,
Corey,
I
you got
swear.
this?
Folks, one thing that's great about the Cleveland Gaming Classic.
Is it the confetti? That's what's great about the Cleveland Gaming Classic, Corey?
It's expect the unexpected, Steve.
Holy poo. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge round of applause to all of our contestants for coming out tonight. But again, one more time, winners, stay right where you're at. Winners, stay where you're at. Let's give it up one more time to the winners of your 2025 Cleveland Gaming Classic Cosplay Contest.